so tired.
I'm eating.
And here I am, just like powering through just crazy fever. Alright then. Well, my lovely, lovely dears, welcome back to another excitabulous session of Urban Arcana. Wherein last we left off, you got up to some shenanigans, found a new job to do, and did a little bit of legwork for it. Sandra's still getting used to her current situation. Simon Rossi has had to make his way down to the mainland in order to investigate about a mental health patient, or more an associated mental health patient who was involved with the Welsh Witch before she escaped, and then was, later on seen... Sorry, no, before she was discharged, and then later on seen killing a bunch of kids' parents and then leaving with the kids. What you gathered from CCTV information is that there were a number of relatively minor fuckeries that occurred with the footage. That, could be technological fuckeries or could be magical, because it happens to be that messing with recorded footage is actually not particularly hard when you're a wizard, especially a tech wizard. Even a normal wizard can learn to do it. Indeed, I believe Simon Rossi already has that capability himself. I haven't checked his spell list personally. What you do know is that the events therein, let's see here. Whole basket of crazy. January the 19th. Yes, she escaped from a Welsh asylum on December 17th. By the name of Claudia Moss. That would be this witch's name. The associate Simon went to go to was Jackie Owens, who was in police custody in the mainland. Yes. So it's been a while. It happened on January the 19th, and right now you're in January the 23rd. So it's been 4 days since. And it is at some woods. The Wicklow Mountains National Park, which, we've discovered that is a little bit weirdly revealed in how forested or not forested it is, and I decided, fuck it, whatever, it's my canon now anyway. There are still plenty of foresty bits and some rivery bits. And I suppose the question is with you guys, what do you want to do next in order to prepare?
Well, I know how I'm going to prepare.
Yeah.
Let's see, I believe I bought some stuff last session.
I remember you getting a bunch of survival gear.
I got some survival gear, but I also...
Did you buy your dope motorcycle?
I did buy a dope motorcycle.
This is not the same park that we went to in an earlier mission, is it?
It's technically connected to it.
Oh. Yeah.
It's basically just like the opposite side of the park. Let's see here. There's a picture of your crazy
Why do I
street
not
puff bike.
have any... Oh, maybe it's actually in that. Come to me, Google Drive. Where's my fucking hair? Where's that stuff? Where is that? Where's that thing? There's this, Mahara stuff.
Mahara stuff, yay! I'm trying to find a picture of the bike that you got. Let's see here.
It is not in Mahara stuff. Okay, well, whatever. I know I bought them. It was a police scanner was one.
What was it?
And I believe some night vision goggles. I'm pretty sure at least one of us can't see in the dark. Dr. Hunter. Pretty sure can't see in the dark.
No, everyone can see in the dark. You decided you wanted to get them anyway.
Why did I do that?
Because you did.
Everyone can see in the dark?
Yeah.
Even Sandra?
Actually, I haven't taken the level on that yet.
You haven't taken a level for the dark vision? Then you'll need them for temporarily.
Yeah, well, the thing is I don't think I leveled up. Unless we leveled up.
No.
Last session.
Nope.
Yeah. My doctor vision lenses give me 60-foot dark vision.
Well, son of a bitch.
All right.
I
Well,
guess I-
Sandra can temporarily make use of that.
Sandra, have a pair of night vision goggles.
Sweet. Bew.
Whip. Is it the 3 lenses?
It's Sam Fisher goggles.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh yeah, you were looking into getting stuff together like a fucking sexy sneak suit.
Yes. I was also looking for that. One of the things list of things to project is bullet resistant bodysuit.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the closest thing to that is people who have the whatever the fuck it was that just makes clothing work like that. I think Simon had it.
Right. Yes.
Oh, he doesn't keep gear
So-
on his thing. No, well, I don't know what he's got.
All right.
I don't know people's inventory. Can't be expected to remember for them. That was right. I believe you dropped yourself to below 12 wealth in order to make it so that you would still just gain a profit. And make it into the 3 wealth bonus category for rewarding on this mission.
No, it was me that was doing that.
Here.
Hera wasn't close enough.
Right.
Oh no, I would have to blow through a lot of money.
Yeah.
Aren't
I
you doing
got
that on your
myself,
bike?
Like a laser attachment for my.
Hey
pistol,
man, I can't ride
and then
my
the
new one.
thing Mahi wanted.
Right. Okay.
Maybe that's where the night vision goggles went. Remember we were listing off a bunch of stuff that you could buy that would drop you a little bit, just enough.
That was when you realised police scanner actually, because that was the ones that were right within that realm of money.
I actually think a police scanner was cheap enough to just like we could get it for free.
Oh, sweet.
Very cheap.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. But the laser attachment was like has an exact cost of 15, which drops me by 1, and then that means the thing Mahi wanted would drop me by 2, which would put me on 12.
less than 12 DC is what gets you over 3. I'm pretty sure it says.
It says 12 or less.
Wealth bonus 1 DC, 3 each for players with less than 12 wealth. It's right there in brackets.
Oh. Hmm.
Less than 12.
Gotta drop 1 more.
Hold on 2 minutes and I'll find the thing. There is absolutely another thing that I just was thinking about, like getting later when it would cost nothing.
Mm-hmm. Don't you mind me, I have this honeydew melon pudding cup. Honeydew melon is the superior melon.
Okay, let's see.
Nom, nom.
Cantaloupe is clearly the best melon. Fuck off.
But you can't alone.
I'll never support a melon that doesn't believe in love.
What about?
Alright, it was a full set of receiver taps for the castle. No, that would still be free.
So what number are you looking for again? You're looking for fort.
Between either 13 or 14.
Let's see here. Equipment. Gear general. An amazing quality microtransmitter. Headset with light. Adorable. A portable RAM! Oh no, they're 12, damn.
You know what, why not? They'll just put one of those on the list. It lives in the back of the car now.
A portal RAM.
Portable RAM.
Yes.
But who's gonna use it? Shams?
Sandra, probably?
Sandra?
Sandra
How
doesn't
strong
really
is
have that.
Sandra?
Sandra's is baseline 10.
She's only
Well, I mean, you don't need to be strong to use a portable RAM.
I guess
That's
the
why
point of
they.
the
That's the
RAM.
point of them. Yes. It's immediately just a +4 circumstance to busting open a door. And another person can help you without having to make an aiding check, adding another 2. There you go. Let's see here. Oh wow,
Yeah,
road flares only cost 3 purchase DC, so they're literally a DC each. They cost. You can get road flares for the same price as a bag of marbles.
And if they have a listed 3, they don't even cost 1 each. They cost nothing each.
Yeah. Let's see here. For some reason, skis and poles is 19 purchase DC. Motherfucker, the Jaws of Life cost 18.
Oh no, it was a full line tap. Not a receiver tap, a full line tap for the castle. That
Ah.
was the thing. That does have a total of 14.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, now the castle has like you can press a button and record your phone calls.
Sweet. Do you keep your tap in the main hall, or do you have it running in the study, or what?
And could we not just have a switch by each phone?
Let's have a look at... this is going to look like a really weird Google. It's like motorbikes and then line taps. Let's see here. I suppose so. Yeah, you can just have them as hard switches. The unit will still need putting somewhere, though. Like a... You'll need somewhere for them to go. Yeah, each like landline unit can absolutely have a click-in line tap, but it's just wherever you want to store it. You still have your undercroft. You have your armory.
We should not put it in the armory. Someone may make a mistake and call someone who has warding without turning it off. And then the line tap will catch fire. We don't want something on fire in the armory.
You don't really want to fire anywhere.
Yeah, but the place full of ammunition is worse. That's really hard to put a fire out in.
This is very true. So I guess there is the library, the doctor's study, your undercroft, your engineering smithy. And then if you want to be weird, bedrooms, bathroom.
I'd personally say the undercroft.
Sure. It still actually needs kitting out, but you can certainly like cordon off a little bit of your undercroft and just put a machine there.
Undercroft. I think you mean the 2B underground swimming pool. Aha! That's it. I remember now.
Hmm.
That reminded me.
Yeah.
Do. Nothing. Keep going. Just keep going.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Alright, yeah, if your undercroft is turning into a swimming pool, it's also probably not the place to put your wiretapping unit.
But also the study and the library have, books and they would be very flammable.
Why is the wiretap apparently so dangerous?
Do you remember like last session we actually played? I spoke to like an artificer in London.
He had wards on his phone line, essentially along the lines of, if you attempt to record this or leave like answering messages and shit, and you aren't already pre-approved or known, then those kinds of devices kind of spontaneously burst into flame.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
And reason stands that that's a risk for, trying to wiretap any kind of wizard. Although he's particularly good at it. Oh, you do have like a spare room in the dungeon.
The slowly because the mostly not dungeon.
Well, it was going to be for 2 rooms, but it's now for 2 rooms for 2 inactive characters, so it's the gay baby dungeon. I don't know if you've noticed the little subtitle on it.
Is. It really is the gay baby dungeon now.
I mean, I think we want the last room in the dungeon to actually be dungeonable.
Understandable. And then I guess in just your engineering bit.
Yep. Fine. No. Let's just put it in my office. That's probably going to be the most supervised place for it.
Alright.
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe. I mean, it would be safer down in the dungeon. It's all like stone walls and stuff. Like this fire's not going to go anywhere.
But if we were to say, route the phone line through the last dungeon cell, we can't actually use that dungeon cell to store people in, or they'll just be able to disable our phone line, and that wouldn't be good.
And then we break their legs. We tell them if you fuck up that cord right there, if you fuck that cord, I'm gonna come down here and break your legs. And then you won't be getting any pudding for dinner.
I've just finished eating pudding. It's very good pudding. Little Asian pudding cups. Yum yum yum.
Are those like little brightly colored ones? Because I see those in the store. Some of these like brightly colored little cups.
Yeah,
In the store sometimes in the Asian section.
Yeah. There's a pale one for the honeydew melon, an even paler one for I think cantaloupe, and then a yellow one for that melon that I can't remember the name of.
Huh.
But yeah, different types of little melon cup, 3 different flavors of melon, and inside is little chunks of jellied melon. Yum yum yum.
I see.
And Kina, that picture is like not quite safe for Twitch.
Oh, I know. Oh, right. Shit, I forgot.
Yeah. Mahara sent a text to Shade saying that we should
Forgot
get a
about
poll
that.
followed by a picture, and then the picture was a link to something not quite safe for Twitch, and I just went and fucking opened it.
Oh, I fucking forgot. I haven't looked at that picture. I forgot that
Was
you're the
that
one that
the
streams.
Was that the commission that you've been holding out on us with, Kina?
It was, yes.
This is a really good picture, but there are nips just visible in it.
I know. I'm sorry. I forgot.
It happens.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's fine.
It's okay. It was only up for a brief moment.
Just a brief second. It's fine.
Yeah. It is a very good picture, though.
Oh, that's right. We already have them up on
Yes, it has shown up.
D20 chat.
Oh yeah, we convinced you to.
Just share it.
To
Just give
dish.
it.
But yes, okay, you can have that ordered. It'll take a little bit of time for like a wiretapping hookup to be brought to your place, but you also have the engineers necessary that you don't have to worry about having someone install it for you. They'll deliver the device, and then you can go about actually putting it together yourself. I say yourself, quote unquote. You probably have to have Mahe help you out.
Oh yeah, I've got this like whole thing about craft electrical and mechanical. Well, it would be electrical actually. This one.
Yep.
I'm really good at working with little gadgets.
Oh, that's good. Otherwise, I'd have to call on some actual paid worker.
No, that's fine. I can do it.
Sounds like a deal to me. No, I'm kidding. But okay. So yeah, you do a little bit of shopping. Presumably, you all just like crack open smartphones or laptops or something, and then start furiously clicking away at Amazon. Then Mahara goes out shopping and gets a bunch of shit from a hunting supplies shop and probably secondhand, like, just police scanner that probably shouldn't have been on sale but was.
And Richard comes back with a brand new motorcycle.
Yeah!
Also a motorcycle. Where did you get that?
It's a pretty great motorcycle.
Yeah. Poor little Scooty Puff. I can't ride you anymore. You're too small.
But you know who would like to ride Scooty Puff?
Who?
Your child.
Lana. Oh God, Lana riding the Scooty Puff Jr.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna need some supervision.
Tiny motorcycle.
Mommy has a
I
big
need-
motorcycle.
She's gonna need a helmet, and like pads and knee pads and like wrist braces. This is like I'm gonna have to get some. Okay.
Just turn her into a marshmallow before you pop her on.
Well, I mean, it's just like the stuff you would put on for rollerblading would be fine.
Yeah.
Little plastic braces and stuff, just so your joint stuff doesn't get ground upon.
Yep.
Oh my God, riding the Scooty Puff.
That's
Oh,
right. She wants to ride alongside Mama. Those two just sort of
Oh God, and the
shacked up.
glamour.
Yep.
Oh no, my little glamour earring is meant to also alter the motorcycle. Oh no. It would work actually. Oh no. She would look like a big like an adult on an adult motorcycle.
Yes, that's true. I mean, you'd have to sort of combine two glamours, which I don't think you've tried yet.
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, they don't stack. Instead, it would just look like, you know, child her from the Necklace Glamour sat on adult Scooty Puff. And then it just looks like a kid on a motorcycle.
But Mahara, I mean, Alana has worn Mahara's glamour once before, and it did turn her into an adult.
This is true. Well, no, it didn't. Oh,
But
yeah, that's
that
right.
one.
Yeah, she posed as your mum.
As my mom once when we went to that. I think it was. What was it? It was like an on ice. It was like an on ice.
No, it was just a Christmas play. I believe it was Peter Pan that day.
A Christmas play.
Yep. The little pretend sword fights and shit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, yes, she could use the glamour as well and just be an adult on the Scooty Puff Jr. And then the Scooty Puff Jr. gets to ride again under the guise of Scooty Puff Senior. And your strange, pale, I guess, quote unquote sister. Then, when the two of you are tall next to each other.
Yeah.
Ride. Horrifying everyone.
Oh, but she wouldn't have very good drive skill. I bet. I'm sure she would have to teach. I should teach her how to drive.
I can't remember.
This is a terrible thing you've started.
It is. I need to see what type of hero was she again.
I think she was just smart.
She's charismatic hero. Drive is not a class skill for her, so I mean, it would take her some time to learn it, just like any person. However, since she's naturally dexterous, she's probably better than most of the fuckwits I know who drive.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure she'd be better than than most people who drive, because most people who drive are.
Look at that shit.
Awful.
That says shade, but that was Lana's shade. She's a natural born driver.
Yeah, with her mighty +0.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's not a negative on it. It's fine. I can teach her. Mahara's can teach her just fine. Mahara has a drive of +12.
That's pretty good. Let's see here. Does that make it work? That's +1. How interesting. It's not adding her dex mod to it because it's not a class skill of hers. That's kind of an interesting way to handle things.
That's weird.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Let's see here. If I click that. No, it just says +1. It's not actually putting modifiers in there. That's super weird. That's super duper weird. I'll have to look into that sometime. I should really just rebuild these sheets and make my own that goes into Roll20.
Interestingly, it's including my attribute.
That should be one number higher, and it didn't add. I think. Wait. Craft visual 4 in 1. Oh no, that worked. It did include the modifier, so I guess it's just Dex that didn't work for some strange reason. I don't
She
know.
does actually have a positive dex mod, right?
Yeah, it's +2. She's got 15 Dex.
Weird.
I don't know. Oh well. Mysteries for another day.
Just one more reason for me to stick with the PDF character sheet.
Yeah, I can't blame you. Alright, let's see here. So yeah, so some shopping is done, and then indeed Mahara turns up in probably pretty damned fine riding leathers on a sweet pink motorcycle.
Yes, hot pink and black motorcycle, delightful.
Vroom vroom. Lana in It's Safe to Be Outside kid form will totally come up to see it and admire how cool and sweet your motorcycle is. And then immediately ask if she can go on it too. The big eyes. The real big eyes. I can see your thing going green, but I cannot hear sound coming from you, Keenan, and I don't know if that's on my end. Can anyone else hear?
I mean, Mahara is really good at driving, and Lana is very good at clinging to things. So it would be very easy for her to just ride holding onto Mahara.
This is true. For instance, let's see here. Super special grapple power.
Her smother.
Yeah, she would totally like to cling on the back.
Okay,
Yeah.
just a little bit. If you want to keep riding around, we'll have to get you some like actual safety stuff to wear.
Okay. And then she'll hop on immediately without any safety stuff on.
I'm just gonna like an instructor. She has to get you to make sure you wrap your arms around me and make sure you hold on tight.
She initiates Glomp.
Glump. Let's go around slow for the first bit.
There's a lot of excited squealing. Because not only has she very rarely been outside by this point, she's certainly never done that whole wind through the hair thing.
Oh, she's so cute. God damn it.
She's very excited and cute. Speaking of, is there anyone that's like in the main room in the Great Hall around this time?
When's around this time? Sorry.
Probably like what, late afternoon? On January the 23rd.
Is it a day where I have to be at work in the hospital?
You tell me. I need to know what actual day of the week the 23rd is this year. Sorry, that year, even.
It's 2011, right?
Yep. January 23rd, 2011. Is a Sunday.
That was Sunday, yeah.
So I don't know. Were you working that Sunday? Might not have been for a full session, so you might be there in the noon.
Yeah. By afternoon, unless there's like another big nerve damage patient, I'll probably be home.
No, nobody seems to require doctor stranging. So miraculous. Yeah. I should also ask, what's Sandra up to?
Let's see. It's a Sunday evening.
It is a Sunday, like, late afternoon. It's January, so it's not like the sun is particularly high up. It's probably setting already, even though, you know, it's not exactly late in the day.
Hmm.
And also, roll me a D2. Have you got color vision today?
Oh, that's good. Well, I do.
Hooray!
Yay, color! She'd probably be outside somewhere in the grounds.
Sure. Up to anything in particular? You can see that Bodhi is going from essentially hedge to hedge, making sure the winter bulb's doing okay.
Yeah, she's probably. I could sort of see her doing some outside work. Probably some menial task Bodhi had pointed out that needs to be done.
Yeah, and certainly some like lugging stuff around and let's see here. You do own a relatively large ground, so and there's also a point where Bodhi can't go too far out of those grounds or, you know, be seen by people, which is not really a good idea for a gargoyle. So she'd probably ask if you'd like mow sections of the lawn further out to the grounds.
Yeah, that's
It's good.
okay.
I don't think we'd have to mow. It's super like winter and snowy.
You say that, but grass is a jack.
Yeah, if it's rained even remotely recently.
I mean, it has. Freezing cold, unpleasant rain, but it has.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're out working in the briskness. When whoever is closest to the Great Hall at this time is alerted by Mr. Wodehouse. Sir?
Yes, Plutus?
I do believe the egg by the fireplace is starting to hatch.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my! Is that?
Alright, fetch towels, a pot of warm water, and tell Sandra.
Very well, I'll have to have Bodhi tell Sandra she's a little bit further out of the grounds than I can reach.
Very well.
And then he will indeed float off to begin doing so. Upon inspecting the Great Hall, you can see that the egg's surface is starting to show like pressure, something pushing against it from the inside, and there is actual motion now. What do you almost forget?
Oh,
No.
probably that I had an egg.
Indeed. Oh yeah, shit tons of candy for pixies. I forgot about that. Yeah, there are also, indeed, no doubt, a bunch of excited Thumbelinas watching the hatching of this egg. Probably takes perhaps 2 minutes. Wodehouse turns up with a stack of like very warm towels. It looks like they've just come out of wherever the airing cupboard is, and a deep basin of warm water. That takes him a little bit longer because it's quite heavy compared to his corporeality. And Sandra, you are notified by Bodhi. Sandra.
Good. Yes?
You'll have to take a break with mowing the lawn. Your egg's hatching.
I'm going to turn off the lawnmower and then pretty much sprint to the front of the house.
She'll like pause and glance at a lawnmower before sighing, climbing onto it, and then driving it back towards the castle again.
I turned it off so it wouldn't just drive off on itself.
Yeah, no. But she looks like, she just left out in the middle of the. Fuck.
Baby hatching.
And then drives past you just to show off. You forget that you're in a castle. You're in a castle with Mahara in it. That fucking lawnmower could do 20.
Oh yeah, I forgot and tried to hop on.
Yeah, she will skew you the rest of the way back in towards the center of the grounds into the castle, while parking the lawnmower. You probably get drag raced by Mahara. Yeah, go ahead. The ball is in your court. What do y'all do?
I'm gonna lay out the warm towels in a sort of nesty bit around the egg, and then start like peeling the bits that it's trying that the egg babe is trying to break its way through.
Sure.
I remember going through something like this when Lana was being born.
Yeah, Lana watches with
I had to do it all on my
interest.
own. I had to like Google search how do deliver baby, and it was like, oh my god, how do I do this?
It was right below, does Bruno Mars is gay? It also came up with a lot of pornography. But okay, yep, Sandra goes and scampers off and grabs food, and as you peel away parts of the egg, you can see that wherever your hand meets like a source of warmth, you can basically feel the egg babe within, also like essentially reaching out and pressing against sources of heat.
Sandra, get in here already.
Sandra, of course, runs in there.
As soon as I've peeled off these last bits of the egg, you're going to need to take hold of it. It needs to. The child needs to imprint on you right away.
Okay.
Pretty sure when when Lana's egg hatched, the whole thing just split open down the middle or something. Oh, there was just goo everywhere. I ruined my bed. Oh, my poor sheet. No way, I had tarps. Never mind. My bed was fine.
Lana lets off a soft ew, but watches with barely concealed excitement. And indeed, as you start to like peel away sections of the egg that appear to be tougher than others, the surface tension seems to give away all as one as the figure within essentially does a big stretch and the rest of the egg fails. And indeed, goo splooshes just about everywhere. And you can see that there is this, admittedly not at this point, bespectacled
Tiny Bobby.
with a big tongue and a snaky body and sort of different, like, fluffy, coiled up hair. And it is sort of flops around in the goo, with eyes closed, confused.
Oh.
I'm gonna step back and motion at Sandra to scoop her up.
Scoop. Tiny.
Sweet. It's not exactly tiny. By the time that egg was fully done, you're holding probably 4 foot of child with an extra 4 foot of tail.
Oh, she looks just like Lana.
And Lana will gasp in surprise. Oh, a sister!
That's right.
And you're probably gonna get mlemmed quite a few times, Sandra.
No.
By this gooey wriggly child mass.
Wiggle. Oh, tickle.
It makes a noise. It sounds somewhere along the lines of a hiccup and a burp at the same time.
Healthy.
Indeed. And you are sniffed on and essentially coiled up a bunch. Maybe it's something instinctive, but it starts to look like a very similar scenario to people who are used to seeing this from Lana. The tail goes full coiled on rat mode, legs and arms cling on. Sandra, you're
She's
immediately,
just
whatever you're
like-
wearing is just ruined. Like,
She's just
fucking
as
immediately.
Lana.
Lana bounces on her heels and watches. And yeah,
Baby. There's a baby.
it is.
I'm covered in baby.
You are holding a baby.
Yep.
The baby is holding on to you.
Yeah, it's the opposite way.
And yes.
Congratulations, Sandra.
So we need to roll stats.
Yeah, you can see little ear fins are sort of twitching in the directions of sound. And the child's mouth then opens very wide in your face, revealing an ungodly quantity of teeth before closing, and then some kind of yawn before it snuggles in closely.
Better eat lots of red meat, like all of them.
All the red meat.
That's what. Well, yeah.
So, what are you going to name your child?
Egbert will not cut it.
Bologna
I couldn't
Sterling.
resist.
Cool. Bologna Sterling it is. Save that there so it doesn't get lost to the times. And shall we find out what her stat array is and what kind of character she'll grow up to be?
Yes. That sounds-
Sure.
Yep.
Let's see here. Make a little sheet. Character sheet. Name.
Did I get the wrong name? Mm. I thought the surname would be implied.
Oh, so it's Bologna Sterling Ruth. Okay.
Sterling, huh? Is she going to grow up to be a legendary soccer player?
I mean, I was thinking someone else entirely.
Or a secret agent?
The best secret agent. Duchess. Alright, let's see here. D20. Spellbook software. Character creation in Shadowkind. Right. Now let's see here. She is also a Lunar Naga variant of Tiefling. As just expected by her looking a lot like Lana. That means that she'll probably develop the same like semi-hypnotic gaze and ability to lampreys neck and like teeth forever. And although omnivorous, mostly inclined towards the consumption of meat.
Yeah, as in most Americans, that has it. It's just American with a tail
Indeed.
and
All
less guns. We got to fix that. We need more guns, baby.
Concerning. Very concerning.
Okay. I'm mostly joking.
Yeah. So, Kina, it was Lana's stats were rolled as opposed to a raid, right?
I remember this.
Alright. Well, if you would like to be the one to roll it up.
Oh God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry, your poor child. 40-61.
Sorry, Phil.
6 times.
46. 1.
Yep.
13.
5 more of those.
Yep. I'm
Uh,
sorry.
Every child get. Wow, 4, 1, 1, 2. I might let there be a Darius Mulligan after this, but yeah, keep going. Fuck. That's a good number.
Yep. Roll it like I usually do.
I'll be giving you a Strays Mulligan, I think.
Wow.
It looks like a child is
it's like, oh wow, you got one.
's
it's like, oh wow, you got
13, 17, 9, 9, 10.
honestly not that bad. And if you'd like to do so again, you can replace that 7. It's just like a 6. 15.
15.
Fuck. Okay, so no, now it's a great stat array.
13, 17, 15, 9, 9, 10. It's not bad. That's pretty, yeah. One great stat, one good stat, one okay stat, one neutral, and then 2 meh.
Alright, so, and then I suppose the next question is, which stats do you want these to go into? You have you have 2 very high stats, so you can certainly incline yourself more towards a, strange class. Let's see here. God, where is it? You are naturally a soldier, right? And now you're Soldier Helix Warrior?
a tough hero, I think is.
And you started at tough, yes.
Yeah, so tough. I was going for. I've yet to actually take a class in soldier. I went for the crazy one. It's basically berserker.
Right.
Thrasher, that was it.
Basher.
Tough Thrasher, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, the child would be more inclined to follow along your stat block. So, tough's accompanied ones are strong and dedicated. So, strong, tough, and dedicated tend to be, the directions this child are likely to go into.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, tough, maybe, I guess. Follow along in her mom's footsteps.
Alrighty.
It's been a while since I actually looked at some of the baseline ones. What was dedicated was wisdom? Or
Dedicated is the wisdom, yep. And then strong
Yeah.
is the strength. Toughness is con. So
yeah, I think it should definitely go probably into tough.
Alright then. So that'll be where her 17 belongs. Now her 15. Strength or wisdom?
Wisdom.
Interesting choice. Okay. And then the rest you are welcome to line out as you want. Strength, dex, int, or charisma.
I guess. Well, let's go with 10 strength. 10 strength, 13 intelligence.
Sure, and then 9 dex, 9
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
That's a pretty rocking baseline.
You're gonna have yourself a tough kid. Although not as wily in the ways of words, or quite as dexterous. Indeed, actually, it would seem that you've picked as your quote-unquote dump stats are the exact opposite to what Lana's abilities are, considering hers are in dexterity and charisma. So, I mean, good job. That worked out entirely unintended. Well done.
And
All right.
Bologna is the strong tough one.
That's fine. This was pre UA the next generation will be interesting. Yep. The other thing I didn't do was their racials. So one sec, I need to check Lana's actual racials. I got them here.
Oh, no,
Yeah, the racial mods.
I forgot to count in the racials. No.
Well, no, you should always do stats and then racials after anyway. Let's
got them in reverse.
See here. It gives her 2 dex and it gives her 2 charisma. So 11.
So has literally
Wow.
mega stats.
She has
Zero
not.
negative.
She has
That's
no
really
negative stats. You have 003120. And since
That's
they're
great.
all odd numbers except for that 10, when she eventually starts leveling up and getting ability score, she'll just exponentially get stronger. So, worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
Alright then. I'm too lazy to stat out the whole of it. Let you pick a tree though. DR, ER, or Unbreakable.
Which one's the unbreakable one?
Unbreakable is remaining conscious, gaining extra hit points as tough, and second winding, extra action points to just gain second winds. And then stamina, recovering from everything twice as fast as normal.
Let me see. That's I feel like huh. Hmm. I almost want to say the unbreakable, but also I do also like no, you know what? The energy resistance is just like what, 3, 4?
They ignore an amount of energy type damage equal to con modifier. So in this case, it would be 3 less damage from whichever energy you pick. I mean, damage reductions, one has the prerequisites of taking stuff out of energy resistance or unbreakable first. So
Yeah.
that one you can't really actually start with, so far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Yeah, even
yeah, that's
DR1
cool.
needs you to take one other talent.
Yeah, I guess the unbreakable tree would be a good place to start.
Okay. So your
that's probably
child
the
is
one I would-
unbreakable. Just so you're aware, putting her to bed for nap time is going to be a challenge.
Just never runs out of energy.
Conscious. Alright, there you go. When your child's hit points, for whatever goddamn awful reason that might be, reach -1, they can perform as though they were disabled, making attacks or actions or moves in every round until they hit -10, or die.
Yeah.
You can choose to go. So you can choose to succumb to unconsciousness if you think that might prevent you from taking more damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, so good luck getting her to go for nighttime. As it stands though right now, Bologna looks awfully sleepy, and you can hear a grumbling of a tum-tum. Her eyes are, at the moment, closed. And there are kids outside again, being all loud and shit. There's my balcony. My room is boiling, and I am boiling. Stupid fever. Stupid body. Brains. Okay. There we go. And yeah, congratulations. Your child is tough.
She's almost as tough as Sandra already.
Almost as tough.
Really? What's the... Oh, yeah, fuck, because your con modifier isn't actually that amazing, is it?
It's 18, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, she's literally, one mod below you. And if, for instance, she wanted to power game instead of, put up that point of dex to 12 or that point of charisma to 12, she could just meet your con immediately.
A 50 round 5/7 mag. Good God.
What? Who?
I mean, that's not hard for my hero to do.
You need the Croft Mechanical DC for a 50 round 5/7 magazine. Well, according to this, you need just some mag extensions and some dremeling and some springs. That's that's
complex would be to create an actual just full gun.
Yeah, no, that's Merit can do that without even a test. It's that fucking easy.
It's just easy. No.
Yeah. So
Moderate is to build to create an engine component or light armor. As an advanced check, I could build a jet engine.
Yep.
In 60 hours.
It's quite ridiculous. But very admirable.
Yeah, so it'd be easy to get machine out a 50 round magazine easy.
Shall I just drop a purchase TC for the materials then?
Yeah, sure, just knock one off. And you can have a 50-round 5.7 magazine. I imagine that there's got to be some negative to having a huge fucking magazine. I don't think you can quick draw that
It's
son of a
harder
bitch.
to. I guess it's harder to hide.
I mean, if it was loaded, it would be harder to hide. But,
Yes, if you
Oh,
keep the
yeah.
two apart.
yeah.
But yes.
Just
So
keep
I'll
it
have it
on.
loaded with a 20 standard and then have a backup 50 for if we go fucking tactical on a son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
If by tactical you mean scream suppressive fire, where you just blindly shoot your 5.7 into an enclosed space. Goodness. Alright. So yeah. Although Lana would like nothing more to immediately glump the child, it obviously needs to be tended to by parent. And what a good thing that you're able to see in colour for this, the day of the birth of your child.
Let me see.
Yes.
That one might have stolen a bit of the gravitas if it were all in black and white, like some kind of horror movie as it bursts from the egg.
What was it? It was What was that game? What was that
game?
one game? I'm trying to remember what that game is.
What game?
I'm trying to look for a GIF for this.
A GIF.
Yeah, there's a thing. That's fine. Keep going.
Yeah. There's imaginably a bunch of aftermath. Wodehouse will immediately get to the process of, cleaning the Goofy Esther. It might actually take him a while. It's a lot of heavy stuff, and he'll request some assistance in this matter before the room is given a chance to grow interesting smelling, is the way he will describe it. Likewise, he will recommend that lady takes her child up and has a bath, and he will run those clothes through a wash.
Here we go. And what was it again? It was. What was it? It was straight bracket, a
Straight bracket, and then still touching, open bracket, close bracket. Making sure it ends in an image code. Did it end in an image code or a .gif?
That's how you make a link.
It's a fucking stupid.
Oh no, it does a link if you can't pull up the picture. This appears to end in /U6CVFAVN.
I got it.
No, you don't.
No. Fuck
Oh,
off.
it's because that one is GIF V, which doesn't work. Don't. That is an amazing. That is a great picture, though. Lewd.
There.
Yay!
Yeah, that is basically how this horrible thing is going to work.
Good times.
Best.
It was the best of times and the blast of times. Yeah, Sandra.
Isn't that from the same file with the guy vomiting up ammo?
Yes, it's the same game where there's like a 1 in 1,000 chance of proccing a silly reload animation when you reload your weapons, and every gun has a different silly animation. Yes, vomiting up bullets is another one.
That's very strange.
Very strange.
So yeah, and now again I ask the question: what the shit you do now?
Well,
I'm taking a bath or shower or whatever.
Yeah, both
Kids
you and the
stuff
child
aside,
will need so.
is there anything else we wanted to do before we, like, moved in to the national park and tried to track down the Welsh witch?
Isn't there a tribe of werewolves living there that we could talk to?
Not anymore.
Ah,
And they're on the
They
other
sort
side.
of
They're
got
in the
themselves fucked in our
Yeah.
first adventure.
and they're on the other side of the fucking national park. They'd have to cross a lake for that. Which, you know, not impossible. And most of them are dead. Unfortunately.
That's fine. I got an idea for helping us find this bitch. I got a plan.
Alright.
does it involve drones or
No.
or satellite photography?
Does it involve zoom in and hands?
No, not this time.
Okay. Always good to be sure.
Do we have any last minute business before heading off and on to the park?
I don't have any.
Technically, no.
Technically?
Baby.
Oh, baby.
I'm sure it'll only be a few days.
We probably won't even be gone for that long.
Yeah.
Probably only several hours, I'd expect.
Yeah, sure. You're able to go out for a bath, and you discover that she's got like feathery frills and all sorts of stuff that might not have gone noticed from distance viewing. And you are both a goo slimy mess, but by the time that you have her washed up, her eyes will open.
No. What color are they? Same as like.
Yep, the same sort of pastel red. And then she'll immediately go in for the nuzzle. And then eat you. Game over.
Uh-huh. She's gonna,
Done.
if she doesn't get drunk halfway through. And
Yeah, no, that's actually, I don't think a meal that anyone could stomach.
Let's see. We got lots of meat in the house, so you can eat. I will let you know that Lahara started feeding her Lana like solid food and meat like almost right away, like basically right away.
Yep.
Started feeding her like deli cold cuts.
Indeed. Again, you do hear her stomach grumble, not for the last time during bath time, and by the time you have her clean, she's like making whiny noises and fidgeting. Actually washing her is probably a bit of a challenge at first because of the lamprey like clinging.
as long as she doesn't do the weird, like the lamprey just create goo.
I mean, she did that already.
I mean,
She did that. That was a
she's
thing.
born in goo. I think there's a difference.
You are
I
born
think.
of goo. You die goo. Yeah, no, you have to sort of shift her around in order to actually, get unchanged, and clothes probably smell a bit funny as they go in the hamper. Yeah. And she's
We ought
making
to
hungry noises. Yep.
We ought to check in on what, if anything, Simon has been able to find out for us. I apologize. It has slightly been 4 weeks. I can't remember what we sent him off to find.
He has gone off. Give me a moment.
I know where he went. Like, to the mental asylum, which had been discharged from a little while before she went
How'd you
completely
know?
cuckoo bananas.
Yes, according to this, she had been due for a discharge but escaped early, like really close to a discharge time. Simon has gone off to make contact with this witch's associate, who is currently held in police custody. Let's see here. I wonder if Simon Rossi's skills are on this. They are. Okay. Let's see here. How good is he? His diplomacy is 0 across the board. 0, 0, 0. Okay, so he doesn't use diplomacy to get in. A bluff? No. Okay. I guess profession?
I mean, is I'm a mad scientist? Is that a profession?
Well, I mean, he's a professional chemist, officially, all things considered. You know what, yeah, he will give you a text informing you that it took him some time to get in. He didn't really want to go ruining the police identity, you know, before you guys even had a chance to get rumbled by, like, riot cops or something. But he made his way into essentially the holdings area under the guise of a janitor. He informed you that it was very classy. He makes it sound more exciting than it was. More than likely, he probably just put on a ratty coat, went over there, and did some washing and just somehow got in. As opposed to anything particularly complex. Alright. Let's see here. I'll make a little break a note here. Okay. Would you like to roll a D100 for me, Maz? And just see how much Jackie Owens is able to provide information.
Do I want high or low?
You want high.
Wish me luck, my dudes.
I wish you luck.
Good luck.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay.
I need to roll important die here at the same time as taking a drink more often.
Yeah, I mean, you can ensure that you'll be drinking more often. Like you could be drinking at all the important times as long as you just keep drinking. Then it's not a problem. Simply solved. You'll never know just how often it might help you out. But yes. Jackie Owens herself is a technical wizard, like as in a wizard that's gone full like tech invention speciality.
Like a proper techno mage.
Yes. She has, so far as Simon's able to gather, no offensive capabilities. Like, quite literally, this is the kind of person who would do the magical equivalent of what Simon does on his computer so good that it looks like magic. You know, creating identities, putting people on the system, doctoring footage, like all of that shit. She can do it as long as she has a way to connect to the internet or a way to hook up to a hardline. As it stands, Jackie taught some of this to Claudia Moss, which would make sense in how some of this information was doctored in the first place. They had been friends for a very long time, and when she received essentially a secret message, a dream sending of a sort from Claudia, it was made under the impression that if Claudia wasn't, you know, able to escape or let out, then she would be killed before her time was complete in the asylum. Believing this immediately, Jackie went to her help and helped get Claudia out. At which point, Claudia didn't go with Jackie and disappeared. She would like to help, but there's not much that she can do from custody. Indeed, like, the police feel that she's responsible, or even then feel like she could be responsible because of just times when she was in the area. But all they have is coincidental information because magic doesn't hold up in court. As you would believe, you can't just... the answer "a wizard did it" doesn't actually work when no one believes in magic. But Jackie will do what she can to help from her side of the door. The issue is that she would need some actual means of technology. That's not really in Simon's skill set. He is not capable of, like, you know, smuggling shit into a prison. That's pretty hardball. Well, in fact, it's not even police prison. It's essentially protective custody. Like, she's in one of their drunk tank cells for now. And they say that they'll let her out soon, but soon is probably, you know, like a couple of days, and depending on whether you're in a rush or not, that might not be very good. If you're still looking in a couple of days, she'll do everything she can to help.
Still, as it is, this information is pretty handy. It answers a couple of questions and thoughts we had. Like, which does actually have, like, some techno mage powers herself. She doesn't have any third party assisting her. But also only some.
I need to actually check her spell list now. Let's see here. I believe she's got some techno magic, but not much. Yes, she has. Okay. But yes, that is what you know thus far. Would everyone like to roll me a d4, and then you can ask me one question, and we'll see if she would have had the answer to it. We'll start with you, Mez. 1d4, please.
1d4.
I'm not entirely sure what question I would want to ask, though.
Well, imagine information you wanted directly, like the question, where is she now? Like, obviously, I can't give you that exact answer, but Simon would presumably ask something with the intent of receiving that amount of information. Like, you can ask me anything, meta-wise or not, and this will be essentially Simon asking as close to getting a realistic answer as possible.
Okay.
Alright, and your question.
What could she possibly want to do with the children?
What she has is conjecture. Her magical specialty was not techno stuff. It was how to put it, conjuration and enchantment. Could be that kids are particularly good subjects for that kind of thing.
Conjuration as in summoning things?
Conjuration is in the whole school of magic. Summoning is definitely within it. And Rob, 1d4 please. Okay, and what question would you like possibly answered?
See, so we asked about. So we got like basically what she specialized in. Has there been anyone she's been particularly attached to? Like, has she been talking to someone else?
The only person Jackie knows of that Lottie would have spoken to would be Jackie herself. And that didn't go particularly well. Alright, pets. 1d4, please. And your question?
What type of mage is she?
That's been answered, but I will, since it's a repeat question but at a higher number, she does have at least an offensive spell in her repertoire. She's very good at Magic Missile. She casts it as though it were at its maximum castable level. It's worded in different fancy ways, but that's essentially what it equates to. She is pretty strong in magic, but still, working on getting stronger. Yeah, so her other capabilities were Conjuration and Enchantment, and she had a smidgen of Technomancy. And Kino.
Sorry, I wasn't. As
That's
usual,
okay.
I wasn't paying enough attention.
That's fine. And Kino, 1d4. And what question would you like her to try and answer?
Let's see. We already asked what kind of what magic does she know,
Mm-hmm.
and what does she want with these? What would she want with these kids?
Mm-hmm.
Who is that we're talking to again?
This is Jackie Owens, the associate that originally helped Claudia escape.
Oh. Does she have? Wait. Oh wait. Do you know of any hideouts or safe houses or locations that she might want to go to?
It is a good question, and it's one she's tried to answer before. If she's sticking around doing magic, it's entirely possible she's not far from where she was before. Like, enchantments go pretty closely with illusions, and there are objects or creatures who could possibly hide her out in those woods, where the Mudblood's eyes wouldn't notice.
There are. Yeah.
It's possible she's in those woods, but she doesn't know of any, official safe houses or escape routes, but, she has the capability of hiding herself.
Okay.
There you go, and that's all the knowledge she essentially has. It's roughly around that time then Simon has to resume looking like a janitor and then leaving, and then there is probably going to be a kerfuffle at the station. Let's see here. Yeah, the police are at least not the worst at their job, it would seem. Simon doesn't just, nearly get caught. He has to run at the end. It's like, wait a second, that isn't a janitor. And he has to peace out. Simon is temporarily on the run from the law.
Oh God, Simon.
Well, at least it's just his first time.
Yeah. So yeah, Simon Rossi, under the guise of a janitor,
Trespassing. If anyone asks, it's like, well, I've heard of people who just, show up at a place and start doing a job, and sometimes they get hired. So I was thinking, well, maybe I could just, show up and start being a janitor, and maybe they just hire me for being a janitor.
I just imagine that one scene from One Piece.
I don't know what that is.
Early on, Zoro was mopping a floor.
Oh right, yeah, and got paid to comment. I mean, he was very good.
Really, they had to chase him away. He was mopping the floor too.
Too good, too amazing. But yes, Simon will let you know when he can get back in touch with you. Bye. Click.
Bye, Simon.
Yeah, you can literally hear probably feet slapping down on in the middle of cement in an alleyway, just dashing away, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. He'll be fine, I'm sure. There you go.
I'm sure with his chemical skills, he could just rummage through a dumpster and create a smoke bomb out of bits of stuff.
Yeah,
and
just
then
he'll MacGyver
run.
his way out of any situation and then escape like fucking
Basically.
Batman. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do a quick Simon Rossi chemistry skill test. Craft chemicals at plus 29. That's quite a large number. All right, so yeah, he'll be fine.
Even.
I rolled a 3 for him. He's still got over 30. Simon Rossi's probably escaping through some indeed like just ingenious smoke bomb arrangement that he had prepared just in case.
He makes a smoke bomb to distract the police, and then some sort of acid mix to just let him get straight through a solid wall.
Yeah. It goes through
Burns
like
through
a
a
bookshelf and a car on the other side. Oh well. It'll buff right out. Yeah, good job, Simon Rossi. It's probably, 5 in the evening. Once, the Bologna is being fed Bologna. Everyone is washed up. Information's been gathered from Simon. Roadhouse has finally moved all of the goopy towels and is doing a very large laundry run.
Thank goodness he's a poltergeist.
Lana is mystified, temporarily jealous when it would seem that some of her prime meats are going to the child, but she's a good kid, so she doesn't put.
Don't worry, Lana. We've got lots and lots and lots of meat.
It just means we need more meat.
This.
Yes.
She'll nod sagely.
I
Does.
already cleaned out that one guy of his like sausages and salamis and.
You just start saying it, and then she makes hungry noises. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, so it seemed Bologna's eating better than Lana did when she popped out. It's some prime meats instead of just like random cold cuts you had chilling out in the fridge. Your little apartment.
The Herod I wasn't really prepared. For a creature like Lana to suddenly appear.
I feel like she still isn't, but she's done a pretty fucking good job.
She's been very responsible.
Yummy. Breathing wine.
Breathing wine.
Delicious, healthy wine.
It's the best thing to carry oxygen you could ever think of.
It's great. It's like oxygen, but gets you drunk.
Gosh.
All right. I suppose then as well, what are your evening plans? Shams and Mez will totally turn up. Mez will dote on the baby an absolute shit ton. Shams will look nervous, like, oh, I ain't having one of them.
You should just
live here, don't they?
They do indeed. They have their own bedroom. They've had to get some new furniture already.
Yeah.
Not because they're exceptionally vigorous. I mean, they're possibly vigorous, but they're just also big and strong and heavy.
Big, strong, and heavy. Yeah.
You have to get them set to the same person, a carpenter that made Hassie's bed.
Oh, that's right. Oh gosh. There's now another kid in the house. Oh, Hassie, you don't like kids. Oh, you're not.
Hassie is indeed scared of children. She came around to Lana. It helps that she's really intelligent, so did not stay a kid, like the super kidliest kid for very long.
But now there's a new kid on the block.
There is a new kid on the block.
And thus it begins again.
Yeah, she's just like, I was just getting used to the first one.
Poor Hassie.
Yep. She will confess that, there has been more meat in the fridge lately, which she can totally get behind.
Are we gonna bring Hassie on this job? Like, who are we bringing on this job that's not like the team?
Shade would like to go along, as expected. I know you could give
Okay.
Lana a gun.
No, I don't think so. Maybe
Why?
one day, but not right now.
I see nothing wrong.
Give the kid
Smart
a gun.
kid.
Just give Lana a gun. Oh gosh, no, definitely not.
I mean,
Let's see.
All right, sure. Yeah, Shams and Shams and Hassie are happy to go along.
Okay. We're going into the woods, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of I'm sure Shams could just pick up like a fallen tree, like a fallen tree or something, or a huge branch and use it for a bludgeoning instrument.
Yeah, that's definitely within his capabilities. Good old Shams.
So Hunter is the private investigator, and we're what? His posse,
Yeah, his heavies.
his bodyguards, and assistants.
Indeed. Yeah, you might have to go in a van. It's quite a lot of you to pile around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And are you going that night, or are you going in the next morning?
yeah, that's a good.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. We can all see in the dark essentially, and we have the night vision goggles for Sandra.
Maybe about hour and a half. There's no traffic, and that will get you to right where you need to be. Good old pocket Sam.
Oh dear. I'll just take my motorcycle.
Sure. Okay then. Hassie will glamour.
I guess I can take one person with me. Probably Shade.
Yeah. Shade will.
Shade, you want to ride on this? You want to ride on this motorcycle with me?
Yes, I would. And a quick change into some rather tight biking leathers, and when she slips on her glamour, she's actually able to put a helmet on, which had originally been a bit of a annoying point for her, getting a helmet that loud for the ears and the horns.
Yeah.
And she warned you, like, don't crash it. I don't want to see what happens if the glamour breaks and I'm still wearing this helmet. Probably explode from the inside.
Oof. Oh, don't worry. I'm a really good driver.
Fair enough. And she also seems entirely happy about the arrangement of just sort of, being held on from the back. It's a good thing she's only got a trappy peen. Otherwise, there might be some distractions.
I'm sure there's gonna. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, everything's fine. Is that what you're mumbling to yourself as you climb onto the bike and she starts looking nervous?
No. That's just me.
Okay, sure. All right then. What was the Dr. Huntermobile again?
Alright, that car.
It had to be refurbished after being bought super cheap.
Yeah, it's the car that had to be repaired.
That was it, an
times.
Acura. So yeah, glamoured up Shams and glamoured up Hassie will, and presumably Sandra will just sigh at the sight of the Huntermobile. as they see like Lana fucking rev her sweet pink motorcycle.
Oh, Glamour Dash too.
You do have a van, but I mean, it's actually enough people that they can all just get in the sedan. Okay, you can take the van. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay, I sort of like the idea of us just rolling up all in the sedan.
It's like a fucking clown car. Everyone just like 6 people it's like 12 people just come out of this one car. That's a magic item you have to get in Urban Arcana. It is the car of holding.
The car.
It can hold way more people than it should in any like physical way.
What
Yeah.
generation of sedan is it actually that you're in? I'm pretty sure it's like 2008 or something. I can check. Let's see here. Equipment, vehicles, civilian cars.
It's a good thing I only had the motorcycle out. I didn't roll up and roll up and then roll out in the fucking Aston Martin, fucking super sports car.
Oh, it's not what you would call a pretty sedan, but it is a V6, which ain't bad for a car from the year 2000.
-3.
Oh, only a V6. Okay.
Oh, Dr. Hunter. The best doctor ever.
It ain't pretty, but it's a sedan.
It is a very normal looking car.
It is super normal. And then there is, of course, the hero who also wants an Aston Martin to go along with a hot pink racing bike.
Oh god, I want it so bad. It needs to be in candy apple red.
Yep.
I will find you candy apple red.
I could just see half the party in that sedan just did the nut at the Roxberries.
You mean this one?
Yes, that's it. That is exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh,
That'd look real good in the castle.
It would. It really would.
And then I'm now like switching between the picture of that and the picture of the sedan. And that actually is making the car less sexy by the moment. And then I get to see it happen back on the stream. Excellent. Okay. The dark grey Buick Stang? Nope, too late. You got your cheap Acura. And if I remember rightly, it was a -3. It's not anymore. It got fixed up by your incredibly professional companions. Oh, it was a -5. Okay, cool.
Oh, it was.
That's right. Yes,
even
because
worse.
that's right. Because in order to make it like standard, you essentially would have just had to spend the DC difference in repairs. Instead, you managed to just sort of have them fix -2 out of nowhere. But like the purchase DC to just make it as good as itself is essentially the cost of the car. So it would have been It would have been a pointless endeavor. Yes.
It'd be easier just to fucking like make a craft mechanical check and just fucking fabricate a new engine for this car.
When you have the money like a Buick. Fair. Now what you should get is a car with sweet rims and then some of those loaders that makes it bounce when you're listening to music. Just fucking, it's Hunter rolling deep for the honeys. They call me Dr. Rich.
A Buick sedan.
Yeah, they're pleasant. They're pleasant cars. Now wrong with that. And then you can get, you should also get that little tiny piece of shit car. Looks like a bicycle with a cabin on it. A tuk-tuk.
A tuk-tuk?
Yeah, get a tuk-tuk. Like there are people there are people who really like trick out a tuk-tuk. Here we go. Have a pimped tuk-tuk. That's what we call ostentatious.
God, that is the least subtle vehicle.
And then its brother, the High Rider.
The High Rider. Oh God.
Cannot actually physically see that picture.
There is some amazing dumb shit hidden out there.
There really is.
And pimped out tuk-tuks is pretty fucking fantastic. Yeah, no, the Buick is a lovely car. You sure you wouldn't like the bright pink flaming Hot Wheels tuk-tuk instead? It comes with its very own very fat Indian man to drive it.
I'll stick with my 99 Civic.
Thank you.
They don't even get doors. The doors are flaps. The walls are flaps. You can see it's got camping studs sticking it to the base body at the back of it.
Oh God, it does.
Yeah,
Oh, that Buick is pretty.
I like how his weight is physically keeping the vehicle from moving forward. Just for that smoking.
Yeah, he's a hot starter. In a second, he's gonna
He's
break
just
wind and the car and it's gonna move.
Yes.
Oh no.
Alright, so yes, it is 5 in the evening. You estimate it will be about 6:30 at night when you arrive at the destination, which would be the car park, probably attached to Kipira.
Yeah, I think we should go now.
All right, that's fine.
Actually, one last thing. Like,
Sure.
what phase of the moon is it? Are there any like important lunar things happening in today or
that's
in
a
the
good
next
question.
few days?
That's a good question.
Let's have a quick double check.
I'm not a werewolf. Are you a werewolf?
Moon phase, January.
Pretty sure you can't be a were-fairy.
You can't be a
That
werefairy
would-
now.
That would be adorable, though.
Alright, so let's see here. 23rd, it is a waning gibbous, so nothing particularly special about it.
Okay.
A waxing gibbon.
Oh, apparently, actually, the 3rd of February is a fucking eclipse.
Sweet. I hope I'll be able to see it.
Well, I mean, if she was gonna keep these kids for some horrible demonic ritual, that would be the time she'd do it, I guess.
Yeah. That's pretty
Oh.
crazy.
That's pretty neat.
Where is it?
But alright. Let's see here. We've got just a background that works.
Oh, question,
Sure.
Merzendi.
Oh.
Yes.
We did.
Over there?
You did. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you did. You looked into the our gun licenses and it's concealed carry. That's right. Is that something that happened? I can't remember. It's been so long, but I feel like it is.
Yeah, we looked into Irish firearms law. It's technically legal for us to have our guns.
technically legal.
The best kind of legal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So long as we can cite a valid reason for having them on us,
Is
and
investigating a armed and extremely dangerous woman
what's your
Uh,
diplomacy score?
pretty good. My diplomacy's
Then
pretty
maybe?
good. Then maybe. My diplomacy is 8. It's not as good as my bluff, which is way higher.
You know, this will probably be a bluff check, actually. So yeah.
I mean, I can't lie, but
But yeah, stuff like this, it is generally at the like what is or isn't a valid reason is generally at the discretion of like the officer. So
the inspector on duty, I guess, the detective that's there.
yeah.
Okay. When we get there, we are, almost assuredly are going to have to, like, talk to the police about our presence.
I mean, but we can hide the guns first, though, right?
Well, it depends. Do we want to be open and work with the police on this, or do we want to do we want to be more sneaky about it and possibly having it cause a misunderstanding later if guns have to be discharged?
I mean, holds a an actual assault rifle up. Pretty sure.
I
Pretty-
don't know if you're allowed to have that. That's a bit much.
Yes, but
Don't think you can bring that one,
that's
Sandra.
a semi-automatic of more than 22 caliber, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Would you
happy
like
to be lax
borrow
with
some
rules.
of my guns?
Yeah, I'm happy to be lax with
Yeah.
rules, but assault rifles would be something you get away with, like large case SMGs, like those P90s. The silenced P90s probably not a great idea.
No good for that. No good for that. Oh god.
Do you want to borrow some of my handguns?
50 caliber is okay. And a semi-auto up to 22 caliber is okay. Beyond that, or like getting into full auto, that's not okay.
Okay. Well, let's
You have like a 1911, don't you?
yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to go my old standby.
Which is?
My masterwork M1911 customized.
M1911. I think I know.
It's a very nice
That's a
gun.
handgun.
It is a handgun.
I think I know which one it is.
It is one of the I think it might be one of my
iconic.
favorites in just style.
Oh yeah, that gun. Okay, that's fine.
It is a fine gun, and indeed it's a particularly high quality one that Sandra has.
Not magic, by the way.
No, but just particularly high quality. She had another smaller gun, but she kind of lost that to a hobgoblin at some point because of reasons. Sorry, a bugbear. Even
holdout pistol.
Yeah, you had a holdout that you were holding out. We don't know where, but you managed to draw a gun when you were with the bugbear. You didn't get that one back when you met up. Sadly, your Kuta pistol.
Why didn't you buy a new one of those?
Because I was just planning on getting the same one only with a shotgun round. I just sort of forgot.
That's the real reason. I
wanted to-
forgot.
I forgot. Yeah.
I mean, I assault rifles and the 1911 works perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I tried looking up just cops. One of them is just the fucking tank thing from here. Just
No.
Not the kind of police that you'd be expecting to turn up. Yeah, sure thing, officer. Nice suit.
What's the one from Fallout New Vegas? It's just a robot with
You
a
could-
cowboy hat.
What kind of cop is this? Or what kind of police are these?
It looks like it comes from a set called Max Attack 5 Space, so...
I feel like
I looked up cop and it gave me tank_bot for the Max Space Attacks pack. And here we go. We got
Well,
some
okay
rosas in case you get into some shenaniganery. I won't need them, I'm sure. I wouldn't need them for any reason, right, guys? You wouldn't give me reasons to pull out like random SWAT people ever. Like, that's fine. I'm sure. Definitely not this guy with the rocket launcher. That's okay. I bet.
I mean, I sort of want the rocket
Uh,
launcher.
I'm
It's actually
pretty
kind of
sure we
amazing.
won't-
There is a lot
yeah.
of fucking SWAT.
I'm pretty sure we won't do anything, you know,
That bad.
psychotic. Probably. Pretty sure we're fine.
No, yeah.
Oh
not
wow,
this
there's even
dude.
a SWAT with a flamethrower. He don't fuck around, does he?
Oh fuck.
Jeez, wow, they're. Wow.
Good lord.
Yeah, I am most impressed that one of the SWAT is called SWAT Rocketeer.
SWAT Rocketeer. Pretty sure they're not allowed to have those kinds of weapons.
Or the SWAT with a minigun.
Are we playing Grand Theft Auto now?
What? Why does he have a?
Have we
Oh my god.
changed the setting without you guys telling me?
Heavy machine gun SWAT with his biceps out because that means he's a real man.
When did this become payday?
Oh no, if you want payday, you want wielding chainsaw in one hand and pistol in the other SWAT man.
Fucking what?
Fucking
Oh,
Ash Williams, the SWAT officer?
yeah. I need to get me a fucking HK UMP 45. Those things are cool, and it's a German machine gun.
And then also the shotgunner who only single wields his long-barreled shotgun.
As you do. As
One hands.
One handing the stockless shotgun.
no, there's stock.
And,
It's right
and,
there.
he,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have a helmet, too.
Come on.
He doesn't give a
He
single
has
fuck.
to be the team leader.
He doesn't give a single shit. No,
He's
team
the
leader is
boss.
obviously dual-wielding Desert Eagles SWAT redhead.
Ooh,
God damn.
yeah. Yeah. Cute redhead guy, that's the team leader. Shotgun guy, that's the like one who has so much homoeroticism with them, but they don't officially pair them
Oh,
because
yeah.
this is a Christian movie, you know.
Yeah, very true.
They're just very good friends.
But yeah, so just so
They
you
do a
know,
lot
if you fuck with this, then it's like the SWAT turn up in an armored goddamn car, and I guess a guy with a rocket launcher and a minigun will come out and like just fucking Shrizdy Rizek you. The SWAT car has been used before. Last time you guys needed the SWAT called out on you. You know, no reason.
I mean, we never actually got to see it though.
This is
that's
true.
something.
You didn't have to see it at the time, which means that everything was probably okay.
We're dealing with a police presence here, so I guess maybe we should probably be more or open about what we are doing about this. Like we are investigating this problem, and that we are consciously aware that there are police around, and that this is a very highly dangerous and armed individual, and thus we are prepared to defend ourselves from such an individual during this investigation, and that we are willing to work with the police. And oh yeah, sure, we'll totally tell you as soon as we find her, or if we find her. And if in the meantime she spots us and we have to defend ourselves from her, it's fun. Well, I mean, what are we supposed to do? Let ourselves get shot? I don't think so.
I wish Simon was here with the Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, all of you with like pistols, machine pistols, assault rifles, and then there's just the one guy with just a briefcase full of alchemical explosives he put together himself. We're just prepared. Look, it gets very cold. It's winter.
Look, you can drink most of this stuff. Buff check.
Okay, so
God,
what you're saying is I shouldn't bring my liquid fire with me.
Probably not a good idea, because then if a
Put
police
that
person
back
does
in the
ask,
armory.
yeah, you'll have to give that to Sandra. Like, no, this is just a road beer. Honest. See, chug this, Sandra.
Drink it. You'll be fine. You're really hardy. I'm sure you'll be fine. It's only made of homemade napalm. It's only half gasoline.
It's pretty close to what Sandra has to drink now to even get drunk.
Stage 2
That-
liver
that-
failure immediately.
It's only 50%
It's
gasoline.
only 50% gasoline.
Only 50%. Yeah, she'd be fine with that. Just tasty.
It's like, I mean, it is in mason jars, I guess.
As I get very scared very quickly.
Would you like a mason jar full of fucking crazy shit? Here you go. Good luck.
Oh wait, that reminds me. I gotta do drugs at some point.
Yeah, you do.
I gotta find the secret of my back.
You gotta find the secret of...
Should I bring my crossbow? I could bring my crossbow.
It's more legal
with
than
me.
the machine pistols, I suppose. I mean, the fact that it is loaded with an incredibly illegal dosage of LSD, though, is probably going to then... Like, they'll see a syringe tip on it and be like, oh, I don't know about that. A crossbow, I could see maybe being slightly more legal in the woods, but the big syringe on it is kind of a no-sell.
Accidentally poke them with it. They'll understand.
Oops! You just see his eyelids, his pupils disappear into his eyelids.
Guys, I have an adventure.
Yeah, please do not stab cops with LSD crossbow bolts. I feel like it's something that I don't need to clarify, but I'm going to just in case. Don't do that.
I mean, if we're going to shoot one, it'd be the guy with the rocket launcher or the flamethrower.
The guy with the rocket.
Yeah. No, I'd say flamethrower guy
Yeah.
if you're ever looking
Flamethrower,
to... Yeah.
definitely flamethrower guy. Yeah, I had to think about. Wait, this one with a flamethrower, even better. Hey guys, just hold down the trigger.
Just start seeing marshmallows and it literally becomes fucking Meet the Pyro.
I mean, I can bring some regular crossbow bolts too.
Not my call. I'm only the dungeon master. This is your train wreck.
It is.
Probably for the best if you do bring a few regular ones.
Well, of course, I'm going to bring some magazines full of regular crossbow bolts. I'm just going to hide the good ones like under the brief, like under the foam padding in the briefcase. I'm just to hide them in the secret compartment. That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I am good at hiding and good at hiding stuff. In fact, let's see. Do I just have a macro for that? For a sleight of hand, I do actually.
To be a crafty little fairy.
Wait. Why is that? Oh, yeah. Crafty is right. I guess I'm just gonna do that like preemptively.
Yeah. If you want to hide guns that you don't think you can explain away, then a sleight of
30.
hand would be the way to do it.
There's a 30 to hide those bolts in
Yeah.
those crossbow bolts.
Yeah, you have no problem secreting away those LSD bolts.
I'll just swap out the magazine when we're in the field. That way we'll be fine. Or before we engage something, just slap that in there.
Alright. Yeah, is anyone else going to try and bring something on them that isn't like a pistol that they can get away with? If so, sleight of hand, please. Note you cannot sleight of hand stuff of the large variety, that's just impossible.
Like the vest. What is
Well,
Nope, vest
We're
is
going
not
to-
illegal for you in this situation.
yeah, we're going to. This person is is armed and extremely dangerous with a gun and has a gun. But like ballistic vests would be, totally fine, just in
They're
case.
actually totally fine in general.
Yep, they were
Yeah,
just
yeah,
really
yeah.
No
weird.
restrictions on them.
I don't recommend just like wearing one whenever, because if you ever have to walk into a bank, it
That
they
would,
ask you
like,
questions. I'm pretty sure. Loud,
Yeah,
screamy
yeah.
questions.
very loud questions.
You head into the bank, you take it off, you hand it to the security guard and wish him a nice day. That's fine.
I mean, that's if it has metal in it,
Ju-
though.
Just
That reminds me of a video
remove
I
it
watched.
before you head on through the, like, any metal detectors or scanners they have.
Reminds me of a video I watched of a guy who had like an open carry permit or something for a gun, and then just decided to be a total like asshole and walk into a police station with his gun out because
Did he die?
it was no,
Hmm.
miraculously.
I mean, I would. It's probably when they start pointing guns at you and ask you to put it down.
He got many guns pointed at him, and he was just like screaming about how it's his right and how it's his right to carry. He's one of those people.
Right. An
The
American.
the people who make gun ownership way harder to, like, who make it way harder for people to own guns. Those kind of assholes who who almost ruin everything for everybody, and will ruin things for everybody, just because they can do things one time. Anyway, so what else are we taking? Are we taking anything else that's a little?
Let me
A
see.
brick of C4. I don't know.
No.
This is just Play-Doh, officer.
I need it. I need something to work my hands. Just
This
to
is
keep
just a
them
big
warm.
block of chewing gum. Yeah.
It's a pound of chewing gum.
Once again, here you go, Sandra.
Why does it smell like a gunfight? I don't know.
Just throw it up. We're out of sight. It's fine.
Would any of you like to take one of the spare rockets? We can take the launcher in one of those gloves. But
Why would we
any
want that?
spare ammo?
Do you think
I have
we
no
would?
idea.
I
Barney,
think
but,
we should
you
not.
may well.
No, I don't think so. I think we really shouldn't.
Yeah, no, you should totally bring a spare rocket for your rocket launcher.
No, we should leave all of that here.
The rocket
in
launcher's safe in a
basement.
magical glove in hammer space.
I mean, that is a safe place for it to be. That thing's not leaving its extra dimensional pocket. God, a rocket. Oh my god.
I keep forgetting
I
you have
have
stuff. like
read
that.
a little about these extra dimensional pockets. If something's left in there for a full year without being taken out, it may well be lost for good.
Well, we'll just have to make sure not to leave it in there for a whole year. Right? That's fine.
Okay.
As long as
Well,
you
look,
don't
just
forget
take it
about
out
it.
and put it back in.
That's great. So yes, again, anyone else sleight of handing things that they don't want? Okay, I mean that's a hide and not a sleight of hand.
I can do that too.
Yeah. Sleight of hand, please.
Let's see. I'll
All right,
sleight of
fuck.
hand
What were you hiding
here.
on your person?
Oh shit!
I don't even
I'm
know.
gonna burn an action point. For
No,
that.
you do have to say what you're
Jeez.
hiding, because I know that, for instance, a sniper rifle is a large weapon.
Yeah,
Can't hide that.
Let's see.
What were you?
my other gun.
Okay, let's take a peep here. What is your other gun?
Got a pistol.
You might already be legal to carry it, but sure, you're welcome to hide it. I can safely say that just they are not spotting it. Yeah, you have a Beretta.
Only a 23 to hide hide a tear gas.
It's good to have surprises.
Tear gas.
Tear gas no 23. Cool. Yeah, I figure at this point Lana's like perched on a chair watching you guys all strap up.
Oh hey, hi Lana. We're gonna go to work.
I have this feeling that even if
Yeah.
it's technically legal,
Uh-huh.
a 50-round magazine will entice questions.
Why do you
I
have
might be a really
50
bad
rounds?
aim. In case the first 49 miss.
I'm a really bad shot. Why do you have a gun then?
It's my
Well,
right as an
It's my right to
American.
have a gun as an American.
God damn,
So-
Second Amendment. It's not that bad.
50 magazine.
Should I just leave the fuck off huge magazine behind? And
Well, where do you intend to hide
Maybe-
it?
Where do... That's a good
I
question.
mean, given that the standard magazine is only is 20 rounds already, I mean, it could just be like concealed under the opposite shoulder from where the firearm is worn.
I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, if you would like to do a sleight of hand then to hide a 50-round magazine on your person, please be my guest.
I am asking
know-
if I should just not bother though, because I think it might not be necessary. But also, I sort of want it because I did spend a purchase DC on it.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, you did spend the money.
Just
Could
gonna
I
skip to
have
the-
made this? Wait, hang on. Would it be possible? Could I make this like this weird magazine like telescopic, like make it collapsible?
No way you could do that.
Why not?
Because a magazines work with a follower spring, right?
I
You'd
guess.
have to, like, to make it telescoping, you'd have to be able to compress and hold the follower spring at compression without
Oh, I guess that's
cartridges in
true.
there, and
That's
And
true.
also, in order to fold the thing away, that means it wouldn't be carrying all the. You could fold it away, but then you would have to manually push bullets back into it until it was a flat,
Yeah.
straight, ready to go again. You could compress it if you took out the springs and took out all the bullets.
yeah.
It might take you a while to get it
could
reloaded,
just
though.
Carry some telescoping metal boxes.
Mhm.
Yeah. You could just carry 50 loose rounds in your pockets. Just hot load every single round. It's fine. You just fire, keep the trigger down, pull the slide, slip the bullet in every time. I'm sure it's fine. That will never get inconvenient or slow.
I don't even know if that's possible to do with the 5.7.
I don't know.
I think you
Let's
may
see.
well have to actually pop the
Duffel bag.
magazine and load a cartridge into that.
Oh, you don't think
to
you
be
can?
able
You don't think it'll just go back in the ejection?
I honestly don't think it will.
Oh, there you go then. Yeah. I mean, go ahead. I fucking dare you. Sleight of hand that 50-round magazine.
No,
You gotta put it way up your butt, Hunter. You gotta get the magazine way up your butt.
It's the only way.
It's the only way, Hunter. You gotta put it way up your butt.
Oh
If
God.
we're storing anything in anyone's butt, it's going in Miss Eggbutt's butt.
Oh no, please. That actually reminds me of like 2 years ago. No, last year, They found a gun inside, like a woman smuggled a gun into prison
In her butt.
in her cooch.
Oh no! I was kidding
Like-
about the coup to carry on.
No,
How did
no,
you?
loaded and everything.
That's a cringer.
Just
Hey, sister Fister, hang on to this for me, will you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Shade says I have a huge butt, so I don't know.
Shade nod sagely. It is a fantastic ray. She herself is. She has a rapier and twin hand crossbows. They're archaic and aren't really an issue for her.
Yeah, my pistol is. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring the 50 on this one.
Okay.
My main pistol is legal, but I'm gonna make the check to, hopefully avoid questions.
Why would we need? Why are you hiding it?
Well, if the police don't notice it, then can simply avoid presenting the license and revealing any official ties. And also, even if they do notice it, I can just say, I was trying to prevent anyone that might attempt to steal it from noticing it. Don't want
I
any
don't know. I
pickpockets
feel.
knowing that I'm carrying anything worth stealing, do I?
Well, I mean, no, you don't want people to know that you got valuables on you, but when we're dealing with the police, I feel like, and they're going to be all over, and if we do have to, get into a fight, I feel as though if they already know that we have guns, they'll be, if we're open about, I feel like if we're open with them about that we are, that we are armed about, when we're going about this investigation, like it might lessen our suspicion, them being suspicious about us. It might make them less likely to actually bother to check us for things, for other things.
Maybe. But also, it might make them more likely to pay a great deal of attention to us and where we're going. Citizen posses, even with a private investigator, are pretty rare. Armed ones are rarer still. This is our best cover, but we're already calling attention to ourselves, so we may want to call as little as possible.
Hmm.
At some point while you're
Okay,
wondering
well,
this,
all right,
Lana
but what
summons her magic dog.
It's been a while since I've seen him. That little guy.
Hello, masters.
All right.
All right, but what if they ask us? What if they just ask us? They that like say they inform us that this person's armed and extremely dangerous, and ask us if we are,
we're just out
willing
for
to
food.
go into that kind of danger, and ask us if we are armed. It is possible. Are we going to lie about it? If we say no and they find out we have guns, it'll make things worse. It'll make things very awkward.
If they ask directly if we're armed, yes, we should probably tell them. But if they just ask us, If I just say this person is armed and dangerous, are you willing to go on ahead with that? And say that we're able to take care of ourselves? We don't have to be completely specific with them.
True, and that is that is good. Not telling the whole truth, I like. All right, well, we'll play it by ear, I suppose. When we get there, I have a destination in mind for where we should go first. And I think it will provide a great deal of insight as to this woman's whereabouts. And it's something the police won't have any access to. Something that's very special to us.
Would you like to share that with us now?
Okay, let's see. Pull the map on my phone. Landmark. You see this thing right here? It's like a little photograph someone took from Google Maps, and it's of like this just pile of rocks just on a hill. See this thing?
Thumbelina begins braiding your hair.
Can
Man,
roll
I've been
like knowledge shadow kind?
I mean, sure. If you want to try it, you're rolling to steal wind from sails. I approve.
Rolling to at least know and be able to honestly nod along with the explanation.
For it, knowledge shadow kind -5. It's not super common knowledge.
16?
Yeah, that's a fairy mound, a little fairy castle.
Ah.
Since yeah, oh, you understand. That's good. You always were a smart one. Since I'm a she now, I can just kind of make little fairies come to me. And since this is a little fairy mound here, once I get there, I'll be able to call up a whole load of little fae. And they're all over the place, really. You just don't really notice them, generally. And I got some stuff I can trade to them, and maybe they saw this woman or know how to find her, where to find her.
Do they like liquor?
Oh no! Well, yeah. I'm gonna bribe them, but I'm gonna bribe them with these, and I'll hold up a bag of Jolly Ranchers.
Oh,
Little individually wrapped Jolly Ranchers. I'll take one out and I'll give one to the fairy that's braiding my hair. Here, thank you.
Yeah.
Good job.
as they're like the Jolly Ranchers almost their size.
They do find it very exciting. Candy is a great thing when you are like candy-sized.
It's a lot of candy. I also have these boxes of nerds. These things are so good. They're delightful. And they're tiny, and little individual nerds are so tiny. It's like an apple. It's like a big crunchy thing you can eat. Chomp 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 chomp
Sorry.
chomp. It's good.
Boxes of nuts.
Yeah.
But-
Seriously, you don't know what that is?
Oh no,
Seriously?
they don't know.
No, I know nerds.
Do you?
Yeah, they were Wonka Sweet for a while.
Yeah.
Still are. I mean, it still is advertised as.
These things.
The hell are these?
You've never seen?
They're these
No.
tiny these tiny little like candy little tiny candy crystals. They're like really crunchy and they're really yummy. They're so tasty.
They are quite nice.
I was fairly convinced that Wonka's was an entirely fictional brand.
No, it's a
No.
real brand.
Yeah.
No, they do a bunch of stuff. That's real.
They do actually have a Wonka bar. And
There we go.
Everlasting Gobstoppers? Yeah.
They don't last forever though.
No,
No,
they
no.
don't.
False
Sadly,
advertising.
false
They do
advertising.
last for a while though, yeah. Technically,
Laffy
they're-
Taffy is another thing they do.
they've
Fun
now yep. They've now covered Laffy Taffy with nerds, by the way.
Horrifying.
Oh god, that's right. That seems like too much. How dare they? That's
Well,
crossing some
it's-
boundaries there.
It's different textures though, so it's
That's true.
like way different.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Get,
Retro sweets box.
yeah, get a little box of Wonka
So
stuff.
many nerds. Oh my god.
Everyone loves bottle caps as well.
Oh wow, that's pretty. That's
Anyway,
this.
Yeah, I haven't seen or heard of any of these things
Oh.
ever.
God, there's a large size one. It's about, basically, I guess, $30 or something.
30 bucks.
I mean, this one is 12.
Oh god, that's so much candy. That's a lot of candy.
It is a lot of candy.
My teeth hurt just looking at it.
So I got boxes of nerds and bags of Jolly Ranchers to feed the fairies. And I think with this we can easily get them to help us do stuff. I am certain if something went down into that park, they'll know about it.
They're probably like just a horde of little fairies that are all very like just sort of essentially climbing out of the woodwork at the thought of candy bags. And I mean also as well like Lana is just staring up at the box, as is Tyrannus the giant dog.
I will look down and look around at all of you.
You swear you can hear like just stomachs growling.
Oh, well.
Right.
I suppose it wouldn't be too much to let the residents have some candy. I did buy a lot, and you should have seen the look that the cashier gave me. She looked like I was crazy. I had just a whole shopping basket just full of these things.
But they're like half gone now. What happened to
Shifty
Nothing?
eyes.
them? Nothing.
Like everyone does the shifty eyes. Like even the little fairies. Like every single face just goes none.
Doesn't.
It's fine. One day you'll create Toots in the Box Cutter army.
I will one day. I will.
Then okay.
All right. I think we're ready to go then.
Sure.
Yes.
It's a little later by the time that you're leaving, but you arrive at let's see here. About 6:30. It is
By the time we get there?
blustery and it is cold. It's probably not the most wonderful bike ride you've ever had, although there are, some cheeky hands grabbing on.
Oh, she can hold on and make sure to hold on tight.
She's
No.
all too happy to do so.
It's fine. I've got the leathers and I've got my nice leather coat.
I mean, you don't get
As
cold.
well.
It's impossible for you.
Oh, that's right. I don't get cold at all. Yeah, it's fine. I forgot about that. That's a really nice perk. Yeah, I like the cold now. It's fine.
Yep. And she's like, yeah, good for you.
Bye.
A bit nippy. A bit nipply.
Just a little bit.
And there's everyone else in the van. What's your van listening music?
Sinatra?
Sure. You can probably hear like Shams boredly like singing along in the back, and Hassie making annoyed noises.
Can never please everybody with car music. Never can.
No, it's true. It's actually impossible. There's some kind of class feature, I think, involved. No, you suspect it's more Hassie's just frustrated with Shams' is not very good singing.
Oh well, she is the bard. It's just like, oh, you were so bad at this. My
Yeah.
God, I could do this so much better. Okay, let's get to that park then. Captain.
Alright.
Given that it's Shams, he's probably not just singing like badly. He's probably just randomly swapping nouns in the song with cunt and fucker.
Sure. A dragon after my own heart. He's singing the yet unreleased lyrics to Under Crusher.
Under Crusher.
It's a good song. It's a classy jam. Lost through the ages. Ash doesn't listen to a lot of music? Nah. But alright. I'm just pull you over to a change of scenery.
Okay.
Doodly doodly doop. Yeah, let's oh, beep boops.
Well, would you
Running out of headset battery there, Keena? I'll miss that Kanathis. It's a shame he died.
No, that
Oh, ah,
I had to go to a different room for a minute.
yeah.
Oh, that was worthless.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Who would like to roll a d100? As you're approaching the general vicinity, you can make out like police barriers and such.
Let's do it.
Yep. Roll a d100. Okay, so there is a police checkpoint on the road, like leading into the park itself, and you are stopped there. It is just by one single individual. He looks tired. He was halfway through a smoke when he spotted you guys coming, and he'll sort of stub it out quickly. Breathe on his hands a few times, try and warm them up, and tap down the window. Mahara probably pulls up not long after on a motorcycle.
Roll the window down.
Hello there, sir. Can I ask what you and your companions here are doing today?
Even. I'm Jim Chefet, a private investigator.
Alright, Jim. Private investigator. I take it that you're looking on getting into the woods area.
I had a call asking for any hands that could be spared. Help you guys out.
Alright. And the lasses on the motorcycle, they with you as well?
Aye.
He will pause and admire the two of them before clearing his throat. Looking back to you both. Can I see some kind of identification, please?
Sure.
Yep.
And John will hand over his forged papers for being Jim Chefet.
Yep, sure. He'll take a look over it. Like, his car's on the other side of the barrier, and he'll pause, briefly consider going over there himself. And just look over it, so he just trusts his eyes. Alright, let's have a look here. Didn't take you for a Frenchin, but you've been here long in Ireland then?
Long enough to lose the accent.
Alright, fair enough. And I'll make a check. Go on random Rosa. Show him what for with your detection of forgeries. You're the worst at your job. You should be ashamed. You're never going to pass, but you didn't even notice anything possibly wrong with it.
John will briefly switch to French, given that I do have a bracelet that lets me speak any language fluently.
Yep.
Parlez-vous un peu français?
Donde está la bibliothèque? Nah, sorry mate, don't speak French at all. You know, no, it's fine, it's fine. However, I must insist that it is not safe. The suspect involved in this situation is an armed individual. As you might expect, that means that not only is there a suspect running around with a gun out there, there are patrolling policemen with weapons of their own. Now, I trust the boys out there, of course, but I just want you to be sure, like, if anything particularly wrongdoing out there happens, we're not going to be held accountable for it. You're a private, right? No public sector?
No. We know the drill.
Alright. And yeah, you want to give me a Diplo or bluff?
Sure.
I'm sure you'll ace it. Easy roll. Easiest roll in the game. That.
It's meant to be
That's
14.
weird.
I accidentally pressed quotation mark instead of 2.
Okay. Alright, 14. And I mean, 7, so he's not detecting shit of anything. And, you know, you didn't absolutely fluff it, so yeah. Alright, he'll let you on through. He will tell you that there is a car park just up the way. You're welcome to park there. You are not allowed to drive your van into the woods itself.
Alright then.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you're leaving, you can probably see that he's radioing some members and probably notifying them of your presence. There's another 5 minutes of probably considerably more cautious driving until you get to the parking area itself. It is abandoned except for 2 SWAT vans sat outside, which is a group of people who appear to be essentially just having dinner and trying to stay warm. And then there is a it's like a police. How best to put it? It's not even it's not a paddy wagon. It's actually just a storage's van, but it's got police signatory on it still. And it looks like it's just a lot of living supplies for. They've probably got a bunch of people out there. And then, of course, a bunch of police cars for people to actually having got to and from the area.
Hey.
And how about another D100? We'll see who approaches you when you pull up into the car park.
Shall I take this one?
Go for it.
Yeah. It's the only one really with real good, like, talking skills.
Oh
Like,
dear.
Sandra's just like, I got a gun. She goes, I came here to find a lady.
Yeah, alright, so maybe it's just because they're bored, but a couple of SWAT will be the ones to hop up. Like, a policeman is making his way over and they're just waving down like, no, don't worry, we got it, mate. And he seems relieved to return to the heat himself. And yes, two well-armed SWATmen will come up to the van as you're parking. Are you already getting out of it by the time they arrive, or do you wait for them?
Do they have like obvious lights, and do they like wave at us?
You can see that since they got SWAT gear, they've got helmet lights, although those aren't on. The car park itself still has light itself, so it's not like you're in the dark. They don't need to have anything switched on. They appear to have MP5s on straps, like it's just resting over their chests. Their hands aren't on them at all.
But do they wave?
No, you just see them approaching as you pulled up.
And if they're not gonna give any indication to stay in the van, then yeah, I'm gonna get out.
Sure. You hear a little bit of rustling in the back as well, and Hassie and Shams will hop out. I can't be asked to move their things over, but they're both glamoured.
Yeah.
Likewise, I imagine Mahera and Shade are going to hop off.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. And the first of the SWAT will sort of pause. His hands are like resting closer to his weapon, but he's not exactly moving to go to them. And the first will indicate, alright there, which one of you is the Mr. Chef we were told about?
I'm Chef A.
Oh, Chef A, alright. At which point, he will swap to French. We'll continue speaking in English for the sake of ease and not making this a particularly long conversation, as I have to double check myself every time. And he'll ask, so you are genuinely French then, sir?
Yep.
Alright, always a good start. You never know, some people might choose like a foreign name as their fake identity or something crazy like that, just to sort of give them the air of being a bit different in the first place.
Ah, yes. I had that with a man as lover about 2.5 years ago. He decided he wanted to have some sort of Russian name. Thought it would make him, more awkward to find. Actually made it a lot easier to dig out of hotel databases.
I imagine so, yes. You suspect that he's like not exactly 100% fluent, but he's following along well enough with what you're saying. Indeed, many SWAT are multilingual, especially if it's Ireland, because they tend to learn whatever ones are closest, and that would be France. Yeah, and he'll swap over to English. You don't mind if we continue speaking English, though. It's not my specialty.
All right.
Okay. But yes, Mr. Chef A, please can you tell me what it is that you are here for exactly?
You know precisely what went on, right?
Yes, we can't help but be aware of what's precisely gone on. Are you here to ask questions?
No.
Good, because we weren't going to tell anything otherwise. And he will smirk. Yeah. Got a tip from one of the other detectives on the force proper about what was going on. He said that you folks might be running a little short-handed. You needed, or well, not needed.
you'd be wanting a couple of extra hands to come and take an eye in.
A couple of extra
Help
hands. Looks like you brought a squadron with you, mate.
I don't have any. I don't have any old friends on the force, except this fellow who himself couldn't be common. So, few trustworthy fellows, few strong fellows. Thought a lot of us might make up enough to sub in for 2 or 3 of you guys.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Bluff.
Kina, would you like to do anything to assist me?
What were you saying again? What was I gonna say? Something. What's the bluff check for again?
Kina can't directly lie, and you are
I can't
actually...
lie.
I mean, what you said was directly a lie. So I don't think she can assist you in this case. If it were a twisting of the truth, sure. But you are directly lying. She can't help you do that.
Yeah, I can't. It's one of the things I can't do. I'm really good at.
She can't lie, but she could perhaps, support the assertion of a couple of strong fellas, couple of trustworthy fellas.
I suppose you can do it as diplomacy instead of bluff.
Is that for me or
For Kina, you can make a diplomacy check to essentially assist a bluff. You won't be directly betting in the lie that way, I suppose.
Okay. We're extremely capable, and we're here to help. Here to help find this awful, awful person and get rid of her, more or less. Or
Squinting,
help
get
apprehend
rid
her.
of her. But yeah, okay,
Help
apprehend.
apprehend her.
Sure. Yeah, you were able to assist, no problem. +2, I believe.
Yep, say bluff.
Yep.
And let's just make that 21.
Okay. So you're better than Mooked here. He doesn't appear entirely sold on this. Still, seems a bit of a strange thing to go, grabbing a bunch of hired arms and just wander around a forest. I hope you don't mind, but can we have a quick check over yourselves? And peek through your van?
Alright, go ahead. You should know, we did hear in advance this last was a little dangerous, and some of us are carrying as the law permits.
Alright, that's fine. I'll be taking a quick look. His companion has his hand rested on his MP5 at that, but he isn't, buckling it. Or unstrapping it, more like... Well, from its position, he could get off a shot. It would be awkward to do so with it still strapped to his chest. But, if you hold down automatic fire when you're 5 feet away from someone, it doesn't really matter how you're holding it, as long as it's generally pointing the shooty end at you.
You're only mostly wrong, but okay.
Pretty sure if you've got an MP5 and you point the shooty part at someone 5 feet away and you just fucking hold down the gun part, assuming you don't let it kick off into the sky, it's gonna be a bad time for the person in front of you.
And if you're just holding it on your chest, you're not stopping it from kicking off into the sky after the first 3 or 4 shots. Which, in real life would suck, but in this game would be, fucking insignificant. Because we're basically D&D heroes and have absurd hit points.
Yes.
Yep. You know,
supposed to be
the
separate.
reality is that whenever a SWAT person carries a shoulder-strapped weapon, they can hold it with their hand and generally plant their other hand over the top of the gun, so that would suppress recoil. It's essentially just the world's most awkward-looking hip firing. I've seen it done. It's generally going to be an okay situation. They aren't holding it with just a hand. They have another hand usually, and that will go over. Not even hand, like wrist,
Yeah.
forearm. That will go over the top.
Yeah, but that wasn't what you
It
described.
wasn't quite what I
to me.
described, no, but that's essentially what he could do. So, but yes, and then you're going to all be, like, systematically patted down. And I'll just do this in order as we go. There's be Mers, Rob Pets. I showed. Cassie Shams. Wow, the crit was on Hassie, who isn't carrying any weapons at all, so she's gonna be okay. Alright then. So, Mers, are you hiding anything on your person? And if so, what was your sleight of hand check?
I was not. I am
Alright.
legally carrying a 5.7 pistol.
Alright, and what kind of gear are you carrying on your person?
An armored vest, a pen light, a small pocket knife, a cell phone. I'm honestly not carrying that much interesting.
Okay. Alright, yeah, okay, cool. He'll check you over and seem satisfied and give you a pat. It's quite the vest. And then next up, Sandra. Were you hiding anything on your person? And if so, does a 24 beat it?
No, I really wasn't hiding much of anything.
Alright.
The only iffy thing is that I probably have more than one clip or magazine.
Yeah, sure. Also, isn't your pistol, like, got a silencer on it?
It does.
He will look at that very strangely.
Those are completely legal, though.
Yes, of course they're legal, but I mean it's still weird for
It's
someone to
still
walk
weird.
to walk around with a silenced pistol. He's just looking at her strangely because it's a strange choice, essentially.
I was also carrying one of those.
All right, then you also got the same funny look. In fact, now that he's moved on to another person with a silenced pistol, he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, all right. And then let's see here. Pets, he's checking you over with a 15. Are you hiding anything? And if so, does a yeah, I don't think a 15 beats that. What was it, 33? Yeah, okay. So he gives you a good pat down. He doesn't find any weapons on your person. Probably looks a little bit apologetic for, like, essentially touching down a very attractive lady. Alright, and Kina, is Maharik hiding anything on her?
Intense stare.
Yep.
The only thing she's hiding there's one thing. Well, there's two things. One isn't going to be found with the 24, which is the
Crossbow
this is
bolts.
the special crossbow bolts. The 24 will just beat the need to detect the one tear gas she has.
And these, like, homemade tear gases as well.
No,
No, that's just an actual
these
kind of
aren't the
stuff.
homemade ones.
Yeah, he will
I
pause.
think we sold those ones.
Oh yeah, you sold all those. He will pause and
That
go,
one guy.
"What the? Ma'am, I can understand you having a crossbow. I mean, it's not what I would consider appropriate, but that's fine. In fact,
I also have a gun.
yeah, and the guns, and it seems that you're rather told for some kind of silent killing, more like at this point. And although he says it in a kind of jokey fashion, there's like a moderate harshness in his voice. Why do you have a tear gas grenade?
Well, this woman is armed and extremely dangerous.
So are you.
And well, yes, point. I know. Well, yeah, but I figured a bunch. I figured firing off a bunch of guns would be the less ideal option, and so a variety of non-lethal tools would be good. I also have a mace and a taser.
All right, yeah. Diplomacy check, please.
Sure.
All right, he doesn't confiscate your tear gas grenade. Indeed, he lets you keep it. And maybe it's just because you're so bloody charming, but he seems to warm up to the fact that you all seem to, despite the fact that you're all sort of, you know, tooled up like a silent hit squad.
Which we totally are not.
You fucking are. So tooled.
I'm also
No,
carrying a
I mean-
couple of I'm also carrying other stuff, which I will let. Like I've got this like a duffel bag. It's got like a medical trauma kit in it, and a police scanner, which I like. So like, just in case we find something, do we know like, is there any chance you could like let us know what frequency you guys are all on so that we can alert you in case we find anything important?
He pauses with like, well, I don't know. He'll look to his companion, who is, I don't know, he's wearing like the full SWAT makeup, and it's very cold out, so he's probably got the face scarf and all, and he's just like, shrugs helplessly. He sighs and goes, all right, I'll be back with that in a moment. Shakes his head like, this is the weirdest night. This is already the weirdest night. He'll check over Shade and he'll put sword. Shrug. It's.
I will offer this like SWAT guy like one of those like survival hand warmers that you just open up and just hold in your hand, and and just like heats up chemically. You look a little cold.
Yeah, thanks. He'll accept it and rub it off. Find a sword, you people. He'll look to Mr. Chefe. You really do walk in strange circles, sir.
I mean, what else are we gonna use if we encounter a tangle of bushes?
Probably not a rapier. Machete, sure.
Oh. You know, she was on the bike. I didn't really get to see what she was bringing.
Uh-huh. Bluff.
Just a fucking pack of weirdos.
Alright, fine.
We are just a pack of
You're
weird
just
of
so
eccentrics.
strange.
That's
Yeah, yeah. I'll let it go. It wasn't. You didn't utterly fluff it, so it wasn't quite as awkward as that seemed just then. Like, well, you know, I did see her on the bike. Dr. Hunter is a bit smoother.
Dr. Hunter isn't on her fourth bottle of wine.
That's very understandable of her.
all.
Yeah, alright. And he can't beat the DC of finding Shade's miniature crossbows. Alright. And yeah, there is nothing on Hassie. She has, let's see here. Clothes and her hands and magic. Well, she has like bard healing. Which is still pretty good because she took the cures. And then a last check with Shams, who he probably finds like.
I have no idea what Shams has even.
I mean, he uses anything he finds. He doesn't. He didn't bring
Yeah.
He didn't bring mahogany with him though. So
No. That would be a little. There's no way to bring that.
no.
There's no way.
He'll look up though. And, you're an awfully tall fella, aren't you?
This guy's jacked. This is the muscle apparently.
Yeah, he's like stompy punk boots and everything. Doesn't seem particularly bothered by the cold, even though he's just like in a tattered leather jacket, covered in piercings. Alright, fair enough. Okay. He'll step away. Ugh. Lord knows why I'm letting you all wander into the woods, but... One second, I'll get that frequency for you, but, you know, be careful. This is not going to be safe. I'll let people know you're out there and that you're armed.
We'll
I'll let
be on
you
our
know
best
now.
behavior.
Yeah. If you do anything untoward, and find out, there will be hell to pay. We're well armed here and we are prepared. That said, it doesn't matter how many guns you have, it always matters if there's a little bit of luck involved, or someone else shoots first. Don't try to be heroes just because you're all kind of prepared for it. That's our job. Even then, we don't exactly like doing it.
We'll do what we have to, and as little more than that than we can manage. Alright?
Yeah, sure. Alright. And yeah, he'll walk away, give you the frequency of their scan. There's one that's the common police one that he'll give you just in case. The SWAT one is for whatever reason unreachable, and you have the SWAT one.
Alright, I will write those down in a little, like, flip out notepad with a pen. And I will tune our police scanner to it. If we find, should we luck out and come across the woman in question, we will let you know.
Of course. Honestly, I'm hoping that you don't find her, because I'd hate the thought of yourselves getting hurt, but sure. And then he'll escort you to the edge of the little parked cordon and point you to the woods. It isn't very well lit in there. I see your friend has
I have a question.
night vision goggles, and you got some pocket torches between you. Yeah, again, be careful. Something looks like even less sure. Like, literally, you got Sam Fisher Sandra, and everyone's got silenced pistols, and there's a crossbow and a sword and a very tall man.
A silent sniper rifle.
I'm just gonna like get out a map, I guess. Like, I don't suppose you can give us some kind of information as to where you have already searched further.
Usually you wouldn't, but that diplomacy check was really good, so he's a bit smitten with you. He pulls out essentially like from his
my eyelashes.
Yeah, from his like the breast pocket of his tactical jacket. You can see he's got like just a visitor's center map, like on a pamphlet, but it's been scrawled all over in red marker.
Okay.
He will pull out like another pamphlet that hasn't been scribbled on yet and just double check the two. He writes a few things on it for his own sake and then gives you the original one. There you go. These are the areas we've checked so far. These are the ones with the most constant presence, and that's a patrol route right there.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, as well, if you happen to see people coming and it's on this route, it's more as likely one of ours, so be careful.
Will do. And I'm gonna look at the location of that of the ferry mound. Is there anything over there that has been?
No, it's a bit of a steps away from what's been expected. Like, there is a dotted line for, obviously, a scour has gone through everything. They've had days to do so, so it's not like any stone is unturned, quote unquote. So they've obviously been by the fairy stones. They must have done so. But there isn't it's not an active area right now.
Okay.
But they also don't have access to magic.
Correct.
They don't have a fae with them, so.
I mean, they do have the best kind of magic, as I'm sure Sandra can attest. It's called gun.
Mm-hmm.
Their magic is gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good school of magic.
It's pretty amazing, yes. I can cast Massive Missiles at the highest level. Click. Okay. I can spray bullets.
Yeah.
Allow me to cast full auto.
I can't, yeah. I use the meta magic fully automatic when I cast gun. I also happen to have maximized clip and a wand of 50 rounds.
good.
Something, you see, Ivan.
Yes. When feed pistol like LMG, you have no fear for miss, for never run out of bullet. Okay.
It's a shame that I don't have access to the full auto shenanigans this time around.
Thank goodness. Otherwise, these encounters that totally aren't in there would be possibly trivial. They wouldn't be trivial, actually.
No, they did help.
They
help
did.
a
It
lot.
did certainly help. You kill your own friend.
Holy-
Oh.
That's right. I went there. But okay. So as you all venture out into the cold winter's night, heading towards the fairy stones, I believe that is a perfectly fine place for us to call the session to a close.
Alright.
Okay.
I hope that you enjoyed yourselves. It was very faff heavy.
Yes, yes, it was.
This game always has been.
Yeah.
I feel like it's part
Yeah.
and parcel with it just being in a modern setting. Is that there is a
Pretty
lot
much.
more random nonsense that can occur. And
Yeah.
realistic random nonsense, no less.
Yeah. I
As
have to
opposed to the
sweet
random
talk the
nonsense that
police
keeps-
almost every time.
Yep. I mean, I was going to let this sort of thing go until you're like, oh, well, you might have to cut through the brush. And I was like, that sounds like some horse shit. That's a rapier. My NPCs aren't great, but they aren't retarded. Ah, thank goodness, we made it through the jungle, Great Explorer, with your rapier chetty.
Rapier Chitty.
Yes, and
It's
don't
a
forget the
bad-
person with the chain Estoc. That was really helpful. Cut down that tree.
Chain
A
Estoc.
rapier is fully capable of cutting.
It's true.
Just not.
But again, you would probably not opt with the rapier for getting through brush, especially in a forest in winter. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Is there anything you would like to say or do or forever hold your peace before we call this session finally super done?
my kids found one.
Yeah, it is. Your kid's now being taken
Yay.
care of by Lana and a big dog.
Sounds fair.
Everyone loves to nurse. He's got a doofy voice.
Everyone loves the doggo.
It is.
Yeah. Alright then, thank you, my dears, for playing, and if you're watching in the VOD or you're watching in the stream, I hope you have yourselves a lot of my fucking good time, and do take care.
Yeah. Was good.
Yay.
Ciao.